What's up? This is StarCraft for WS here, and I'm going to show you a technique that I like to use in my Terran matches. I'm a designated Terran player, and here it is. There we go. Okay, I'm going to set at one STV over near the enemy's base because I think that they don't suspect that you're making some other stuff over by their base. And while I'm doing that, I'm also constantly making STVs until I reach 11 of 11 STVs. I'm also building a refinery right now. Try to build your refinery as soon as possible because Terran is a very Vespian gas needed race to be. They need a lot of Vespian gas, but not for this plan, which is awesome. You only need one guy mining there, and nice slow steady thing. So while I'm also mining, I set my rally point to the minerals. It makes it a lot better for mining. It makes it a lot easier and quicker. I'm just assigning all my guys to mining. Now this guy over here is going to be making supply depots. I'm making supply depots here because if they destroy your supply depots, you can't make any more guys, and they cost 100. And they probably raided your SCVs, and then you're wasting a ton of money trying to rebuild, and it's a pain in the butt. So try to make them where they would not suspect you to build SCVs, or I'm sorry, supply depots. Okay, so I'm building my first supply depot after I have 11 of 11 SCVs. When you make a supply depot, try to make one SCV per supply depot every time. And if you're just building stuff, when you're building buildings, build SCVs while you're doing it. It's good to do because you're just gonna have tons of extra money and you want to spend it on something big. Make sure you're spending it on SCVs because then you get way more money, and then you end up selling it in guys, which is a lot better. Or when I say guys, I mean units to attack people. Okay, so now I'm also building my second supply depot. I'm constantly building supply depots here. If they find your supply depot place, then you're kind of screwed. But anyway, okay, I built my first barracks right here. You're going to want to build the reactor because this is a 3-barrack marine rush. It's not really a rush. It's not that newbie. It's good if you're a new player and you don't like to remember tons of plans and strategic ways to build stuff. If you're facing Zerg, this could be a little bit of a downer, but if you have enough marines, you should be okay. This is a Terran map, so this does work really well against the same race. This also works really well against Protoss. I played Protoss last night, and it worked. I did this like 5 times in a row last night, and it worked. And this is my first game in the morning, and I just got started editing this because I had trouble trying to import the file to a computer. Okay, now I'm also setting my rally point right there. Make sure you're making SCVs and supply depots while you're building stuff, because you have to have something to do. And I have 3 supply depots over there, and I'm also going to build more eventually. So I'm building on my 3rd and final barracks while the reactor is being built on the 2nd barracks. Yeah, so I'm just making 2 at a time, 2 to 3 at a time. Make sure you're doing that. Do not make a full queue of 8 guys at a time because you're just wasting money and they don't make them as fast. So you're better off making 2 per barrack when you have the reactor, because then you make 6 at a time. It's a lot better than 2 at a time, and then you wasted all your money. You're trying to get more money. It's a lot better, and then you're making more money also. Anyways, my 3rd barracks is being made, and I have a 4th supply depot over there. I'll be constantly building those. I did send another marine over there. Not marine, SCV over where the other SCV was building supply depots. Just for extra help, you can do that if you want. It's it's not necessary, but if you're kind of low and you're not making that many guys really fast, then you should do it. Alright, my 3rd reactor is being built, and I'm making tons of guys, and I'm setting my rally point at the same spot, pretty much, so they all bunch up here. Okay, so I'm just that guy over there is waiting for his next supply depot. Right, the reactor's done. I'm going to set the rally point back to where all the other barracks are showing their rally points. I'm also building more SCVs because I just built something. So yeah, every time you build something, especially a supply depot, build an SCV. It helps. It builds faster. People faster. I like Marines. They're actually really good, and they're pretty cheap. And they're surprisingly good for how cheap they are. Zerg, it's good because they're already there, and all you gotta do is make a spawning pool, and then you make 2 at a time also. But they die out so quickly, but if you do it right in the beginning of the match, they win. Protoss, they have good defensive units. So you may want to build a little bit more guys when you're facing Protoss, and if you just pretty much build the same amount against any other unit, you're better off like that. Yeah, so I'm just building more supply depots, more CVSs, or CVSs, I mean SCVs, and just constantly doing this process over and over again. The enemy base is probably making their starports right now. I'm not totally sure. I don't want to switch back over there. But they like to build big, so this was a pretty lucky match for me. For those of you who think this is kind of newbie, I don't think so. It has some sort of strategy to it. It's not like rushing when you're Zerg. That's really newbie. If you know how to use Zerg well, and you can beat people without using that many Zerglings, I'd say you're not newbie, because that's a hard one to master, in my opinion. But I'm just a Terran player at heart, and yeah. For those of you who want to know my username is Old Spice, and I believe the code is 976. I believe. I'm not totally sure. I'll leave it in the description. And also, if you want a full build list or whatever they call it, just leave a comment. I'll put it there. It's not that hard to get. Just look at my match history. Otherwise, yeah, send me friend requests. I like to play with a lot of 2v2, but I'm not that good at 2v2, but because I like to plan everything out. I'm just a planner. I like to plan my matches out. Okay, now I have like a base full of Marines. I'm just saying base full because if you were to put all your Marines next to your base, they'd probably make the same shape of a base, probably, and fit into a base. Or command center, actually, I should say. Alright, soon they're gonna start flashing their radar at me, and that just means they're wondering what they should build. When they're flashing their radar, they're like, okay, if they have lots of Marines, I'm gonna build lots of turrets and bunkers and such. So once they shine the radar, if they have command or orbital, you should rush them right away. Or not rush, you should head over to their base. I'm not gonna say rush, because rush is a little newbie, but that's not the term I'm using. This is more of it's a 3 barrack let's shoot off, I guess. It's not really a rush. You're not rushing. You're taking it kind of slow, but this does work in a fast period of time. Okay, now they show their radar, and I'm gonna start heading over there. I'm also building one more supply depot, and I'm also building a small backup army if this doesn't work, but it did work. I'm just telling you in advance. Yeah. So I have this big blob of guys, and I forgot to highlight these guys, so I'm gonna make them follow. I'm gonna slowly make my way over to their command center. Yeah, so I'm just gonna wait for that to happen. If you think this is a newbie, tell me. I don't really care. I like to hear your thoughts, concerns, and such. You like to leave. I take spam and haters pretty well. I really don't care. So if you're a hater and you don't like this technique, I really don't care if you comment. If you comment, that's great. Okay, you're getting my video higher up in comment, highest rated comments. That's all you're doing. Alright, now I'm going straight for the supply depots, because once you destroy the supply depots, you're kind of screwed, and you can't build any more big guys, you can't build any more guy who builds supply depots. Yes. Sorry, there's a bit of a lag there. Anyways, I'm shooting off some ladders and marines. Vikings. I'm using X-Fire. The quality's okay. Whatever you think is the best. Tell me what's the best for recording audio in video. I'm using a snowball microphone for my commentaries. I like it a lot, but if you have any free software for recording video on a PC, free software. Okay, now I'm going to destroy their factory right here. I should have destroyed the tech lab first. Destroying the tech labs means they have to rebuild it, and then they can't build that many big guys. I forgot to do it in the beginning. And then destroy the tech labs, and I think this will render once I start shooting this report. I'd like to thank you for watching this, and leaving comments and such below for your response to me doing this. It's a great way to win, and thank you for watching, and please subscribe. Thank you for watching.